Hello everyone and welcome to a game 120 versus Lin. This game taking place here on Concealed Hill. For all of you guys out there watching, wow, it zoomed in a lot. I did not do that. Excuse me. 120 spawning as the blue undead on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Lin spawning as, well, the yellow orc on the bottom left. Orc versus undead in this 1v1 matchup. And for all of you guys out there who have been consistently watching my Warcraft 3 videos, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. And finally, I would just want to run an experiment. So hit that like button for me. I want to know if a video has a lot more likes, whether or not it grows in audience more or less. So if you guys don't normally watch my videos and are watching this video now, well, I guess that is a good way to know that hitting that like button does, well, influence whether or not videos show up on the on your feeds. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down in this matchup. All of that technical stuff getting out of the way. Blade Master being opened up by Lin. With, well, a Voodoo Lounge barracks, it looks like it will be a grunt opening coming from Lin. Meanwhile, 120, no big surprises, opting to open up with a Death Knight and some ghouls. There will be a Tomb of Relics, and until that Death Knight comes out and does some shopping, we really won't know his plans. Selling that Scroll of Town portal, getting double sacrificial skulls normally means some sort of expansion attempt, and with that 6th Acolyte still doing a bit of scouting, he could be brought back to try to set up an expo. With that said, though, well, trying to deal with the harassment of a Blade Master can become a bit problematic, as that Acolyte looks like it will get finished off by this Blade Master with really no effort. All right, one more slice in the back, taken down. Blade Master not worrying about any criminal justice system. It was not in an act of self-defense. The Acolyte was trying to run away, and, well, any autopsy will show that it was hit in the back. Coming back across here, though, we are looking at a Scroll of Town portal still on that Death Knight. He does pick up a Cloak of Shadows, not necessarily the best item in the game, but we have seen some clever usage of that Cloak of Shadows early on. And while you still have inventory space, sometimes players will hold on to it. And just to prove me wrong, he quickly sold it. Oh, Death Coil, a split second late Windwalk strike. Lin able to get that bit of bonus damage there, making the Death Knight waste a bit of mana, ensnare onto 120's Ghoul, who could end up getting taken down. Blade Master still doing a little bit of exchanging back and forth. We're going to be looking at a Grunt getting taken down there, as Lin steals a bit of experience but ends up losing one of his own units. Mass skeletal minions now trying to swarm out and take down that Forest Troll Berserker. Blade Master has to be very careful. It does have a Windwalk strike. Death Coils for the save, and now with Unholy Aura should be able to finish off, or will be able to surround this one hero by Lin. Lin now in a little bit of trouble, has Dust of Appearance on him, and what is going on here? The Blade Master just suffering quite a bit of damage. And oddly enough, I don't know how many times I've actually seen a Blade Master, a level 1 Blade Master, use a Scroll of Town portal in recent years, but the Blade Master had not sold his Scroll of Town portal and had to use it as his get out of jail free card. Whether or not it was worth it, that is a difficult question. The Blade Master could have resurrected very quickly off of that Altar of Storms, since it was only at level 1, but it would have given the Death Knight more experience. It's one of those risk versus reward scenarios. I know that the level 1 Blade Master resurrects extremely fast, or all heroes resurrect very fast at level 1, but, well, you do want to try and well, buy yourself time whenever possible. Grunt now joining in on the battle here. Low hit point Ghoul trying to dance back and forth. Nerubian Tower now trying to get upgraded as well, as the Graveyard, well, is slowly suffering quite a bit of damage. the graveyard may actually get canceled, which will delay Crypt Fiends by quite a bit. A second graveyard now being placed down, as 120 pretty much knows that that graveyard is going to be key to try and get up that slaughterhouse when the necropolis is up. All right, delaying the slaughterhouse by constantly taking down that graveyard is a huge setback, as 120, well, being forced to start his graveyard for the third time in 5 minutes. Death Knight, now retreating back here, does have a potion of replenishment. He can get to level 3, and if he does get to level 3, he, well, sells that potion of replenishment. And what is he doing next? 120, being very curious overall, I feel like, with all of his item purchases and item selling going back and forth. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is using up a healing salve again, as we're going to look at an ensnare go down onto a ghoul. That's going to be a little bit of an unfortunate situation. Death Coil saves that ghoul. More damage getting racked up here. We're going to see a 4-unit surround onto that grunt. Death Knight may be able to get off another ghoul Death Coil, and now trying to finish off this low hit point grunt here. Shadowhunter shows up to the party. Blade Master going to use a scroll of speed, finish off that one grunt there, and wow, a beautiful scenario combination by Lin. The sudden appearance of the Shadowhunter allows Lin to take down 2 ghouls while saving a grunt of his own, which was near certain death. That is a huge 7 supply swing, as that Shadowhunter, well, makes its presence known pretty much immediately. All right, those small differences in the early game can, well, really shift momentum. Yeah, it's like turning a double play with the bases loaded and 1 out. A big chance for 120 to be able to really pull off a lead. And right there with that surround, only to see Lin's Shadowhunter show up with the right items at the right time and, well, save and kill pretty much everyone. I guess it'd almost be like turning a triple play, being able to get all three there. Meanwhile, we are looking at the Wind Riders going after the Limb Rippers and all of these units here. Shadowhunter wants to get up to level 2. Are we getting up to tier 3? We are. And with more Wind Riders getting trained up, we may see a sudden burst of damage from these Wind Riders, as Lin must have recognized that there was a heavy delay in the graveyard. The graveyard being canceled and rebuilt so many times means that Lin is going to have a larger window of opportunity and usefulness with those Wind Riders, as Crypt Fiends are still need to get trained up and also train up that web. If the Wind Riders can reach 4 or 5 in number, and also have Envenom Spears, that is going to be a huge advantage. I say that, though, as 120 could easily scout out these Wind Riders and then perhaps try and build the proper counter unit in time. Blade Master does get to level 2, a double level up for the Blade Master and that Shadowhunter, as both sides are following through here. All right, getting in a couple more healing waves to try and save some of these units, as a low hit point ghoul does end up getting a full heal, as Frost Nova trying to finish off some of those Wind Riders there. Wind Rider down to 42 hit points, but ends up surviving. Low hit point ghoul trying to retreat away and able to retreat all the way back. This one Wind Rider doesn't have enough hit points to survive a dive against that Nerubian Tower, or more importantly, that Black Citadel with that piercing damage. Units retreating back, 41 supply compared to 33, 120. Now going for gargoyles in this exchange. Fountain of Health here. Are we going to look at the Shadowhunter grunt? What is really going to go down here? The Shadowhunter is going to try and pull away some of those creeps and then engage against them from farther away. And now going after this Forest Troll High Priest here. All right, Forest Troll High Priest quickly going to get taken down. Wind Rider quickly regenerating some hit points, trying to finish off some of these units. But the Red Drake now also benefiting from this Fountain of Health as well. Meanwhile, 120 not wasting any time, going after this center creep camp too, and clearing out the hill on Concealed Hill, as gargoyles are starting to join in on the party. All right, Red Drake should get easily finished off there. One more final round. That's going to go ahead and finish it off. Shadowhunter picks up Vampiric Aura, not the item he was looking for, but stealing it or taking it away from 120 is a big deal, as those gargoyles do deal 61 to 70 melee damage, being affected by effective with that Vampiric Aura giving 15% regeneration. So imagine being able to heal upwards of 10 damage per attack with a fast attack speed. All right. Coming back around, both sides going to engage. Tauren Chieftain throws down a stomp, trying to finish things off, picks up an item here. Unit's going to go in and retreat back. 120 down to 40 over 50 supply, but still somehow able to keep Lin in check. All right, Blade Master sitting at level 2. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 1, trying to clear out these creep camps. Level 2, level 2, level 1, going up against a level 3, level 2. If that Lich gets up to level 3, that is going to be a big deal indeed, as both sides, ends justify the means. Level 3 on the Shadowhunter. Blade Master still sitting at level 2, trying to finish things off here. Wind Rider's going to try and retreat back. Destroyers are here. There's a giant stomp, but the Wind Riders could win this exchange very, very quickly. Those Envenom Spears do deal quite a bit of damage over time, as the Gargoyle now trying to chase after those units. Are we going to see an exchange going back and forth here? There goes a Frost Nova and a Ghoul, a Wind Rider, and 2 get taken down. Level 4 now, level 3 on the Lich, as the Death Knight now even having faster movement speed with that level 2 Unholy Aura. 120 now taking that supply lead, 45 compared to 42. Lin has been in the lead for quite some time there. But remember, I've said this in the past, Wind Riders are heavy on supply. At 4 supply and only 570 hit points, they are, I would say, the weakest glass cannon units, as they're able to as they're finished off relatively easily, especially for a tier 3, what is considered a tier 3 unit, once you get those Envenom Spears. All right, Kodo Beast now getting transitioned in. 46 over 61 supply. Hungry Kodos could be the name of the game, but there's nothing really to chomp on here, as there's only a couple of ghouls, and that is it. Those hungry Kodos want to go after Abominations and Crypt Fiends, if possible. Meanwhile, the Gargoyles seem to be doing all right, as the Death Knight stays strong at level 4, that 400 burst heal, and a couple of Obsidian statues to back up as well. All right, we're looking at the Tauren Chieftain, perhaps going to get to level 2 here. Endurance Aura going to make a difference here, and this is something I didn't quite notice before. We have a weaker version of Endurance Aura on that Lich with that Ancient Jangle of Endurance, coupled with the Death Knight's Unholy Aura. That Unholy Aura at level 2, coupled with the Jangle of Endurance Aura, I believe gives about 20% movement speed. I'm not quite sure how they stack together, but close enough if I'm rounding, about 20% right there. Shadowhunter sitting at level 3. Blade Master at level 3. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2. Berserkers now joining in on the fight here, as we're looking at the Blade Master, getting stunned by a Kobold Tunneler, wanting to clear out the remainder of this creep camp. And here we have Undead now pushing pressure onto the Orc base. All right, we do have reinforced defenses, but that Voodoo Lounge, even with fortified armor, only has 500 hit points, and easily cleaned up there. Goblin Alchemist, fictitious warp potion. I don't remember seeing that name from a Goblin Alchemist, but yeah, fictitious war potion, not warp ocean. That would be weird. A fictitious war potion. And now coming back through. All right, Kodo Beast want to retreat back here, but so much piercing damage from those gargoyles, coupled with magic damage from those destroyers. Here, we do see one Troll Bat Rider able to find its target, trying to finish off those units here. 58 supply compared to 48. Are we going to get more Troll Bat Riders? That is the follow-up question now. Bestiary taking a beating, but will it be able to keep on ticking, as that damage is slowly building up, slowly but surely? All right, Bestiary suffering quite a bit, and here we are trying to engage here, but well, the guard, all of these burrows coupled with the watchtower not dealing enough damage to really keep this army at bay. 60 over 60s compared to 50 over 61. And Lin, even though he is not in low upkeep, has to rebuild some of his infrastructure that, well, the Voodoo Lounge was rebuilt down here already, but may want to build a second bestiary as well. All right, Lin slowly building up a bit of a cash in the bank, sitting at 490 now, trading up more Troll Bat Riders and Troll Berserkers. I don't see, I see armor upgrade, and that is it, as we're going to be looking at an engagement here. Wind Riders trying to perhaps focus down units, triple Obsidian statues, plenty here, as the Death Knight being able to dive in and out. That additional movement speed by the Endurance Aura really enabling and opening up these hit and run tactics. But the Blade Master does have Orb of Lightning, be able to get off a couple of purges to stop a couple units in their tracks. However, we did see a level up, now level 4 on that Lich. There is a Stomp there trying to neutralize some of those ground units as ghouls are falling. That is mass Berserkers out here on the battlefield. They have not gone into frenzy mode, as the Alchemist may want to try and heal up some of those ghouls. Death Coil, Frost Nova, Healing Wave onto that Lich. Lich able to stay alive temporarily. Is he going to throw down a Stomp? Yes, he does. He's trying to back away, down to 28 hit points, down to dead, as the air units able to find that target. Alchemist also going to get exchanged there, as the level 4 Blade Master may be able to rack up a bit more damage. Resurrection, do we see? No Altar of Storm, so the Resurrection is going to be the expensive kind at the tavern, even if it is only at level 1. No, excuse me. No, Tauren Chieftain Resurrection at level 2. Coming back through, Kodo Beast is trying to eat a ghoul. Is going to end up losing that lunch there. Meanwhile, more damage getting racked up onto a couple of those Destroyers. Destroyer does get a Death Coil, but it may not be able to stay alive, as there's just so much piercing damage by these Berserkers. Without the Tauren Chieftain, though, and that Stomp, those ghouls have been able to make, mincemeat out of these Berserkers and Raiders. Nothing really challenging them and stopping them from being able to reach their target. 42 supply compared to 40. We're going to see another low hit point Berserker. Ghoul going to get finished off. A Ghoul is in the belly of the beast here, and the Kodo Beast representing a large damage bonus by giving extra damage to the Blade Master, Berserker, and the entire Orc army, now going after some additional units here. We see the Alchemist already resurrected back in the fight. Blade Master able to finish off in the Obsidian statue. 37 supply compared to 36. Constantly fighting their way through as another Obsidian statue gets taken down. All right, Ghoul able to finish off its target again. Kodo Beast should have room in its belly soon, as the Shadowhunter gets finished off. Level 5 now on the Death Knight. Blade Master doesn't have enough mana to go after the Lich here, as both sides fighting their way through. 29 supply compared to 30. Kodo Beast has room in its belly, now going after some more extra ghouls, as the Blade Master is going to be forced to retreat back. Does have a potion of healing, does use it. Death Coil used a split second later, as we see a Purge now go down. Are we perhaps going to see some ensnares go down as well, as we see an ensnare? No ensnare onto that Lich. Lich could be in trouble, down to 164 hit points, trying to chase after. Does have a potion of lesser invulnerability, as the Blade Master looks to retreat back. Resurrecting that level 2 Tauren Chieftain will have to also resurrect that level 4 Shadowhunter. Blade Master running off to the Fountain of Health here to regenerate some lost hit points. And, Lin not looking that strong. 120 still has all 3 heroes in his, alive, and, getting in some Obsidian statues as well. All right, level 2 now on that Alchemist. Lich is generating some hit points. Death Knight now nearby. Does also have a potion of mana. Should be able to fully heal up that Lich, or will be able to fully heal up that Lich if necessary, and also winning the upgrade race. Blade Master nearly back up to full hit points, but just shy of level 5. Meanwhile, not making its way down. Tauren Chieftain is out on the battlefield. Shadowhunter resurrected at the tavern, and this may be the last stand of Lin, as 120 now trying to dive on in here. It looks like both sides are trying to put pressure, as the 2-minute mark for no more gold is quickly approaching. Tauren Chieftain is out here on the battlefield. There's a Dust of Appearance. Blade Master could have taken quite a bit of damage. No sign of that just quite yet. 41 supply compared to 41. A dead even race coming across from both sides. More obsidian statues joining in on the battle. Meanwhile, Blade Master could try and, well, slice and dice his way through these obsidian statues, which are giving so much hit points and mana to the Death Knight, Lich, and Alchemist. Alchemist does have Acid Bomb and Unholy Chemical Rage. Perhaps going to try and finish off some of these units, but hasn't used that much yet. All right, Blade Master just sitting there taking a lot of damage. That's not going to work out well. Tauren Chieftain wants to dive on in. Is he going to get a stomp? Yes, he does. Stomps a bunch of ghouls, even though it's only the level 1 variety. Blade Master gets up to level 5, now going after the Alchemist. Alchemist could be in trouble. Alchemist, does he get a invulnerable potion? Yes, he does. Lich still has his as well, as the healing wave is bouncing around. Chemical Alchemist, now getting taken down. Tauren Chieftain also taken down. Third heroes on both sides have fallen at level 2. Level 5, 4 going up against 5, 4, nearly 5. If the Lich gets up to level 5, you better believe some more Icy Frost Novas are going to be the prescription for those Berserkers and with those easy kills. Death Knight still has a potion of mana. Both sides fighting their way through. 120, 36 supply compared to 43. Home field advantage for Lin as the Orc Burrows are launching quite a bit of attacks here, and we see a deny right there. Blade Master trying to finish off some more targets. Orc Burrows are continuing to poke apart this here as triple obsidian statues keeping all of these units alive. There goes an ensnare onto an obsidian statue here. Perhaps it will get bursted down. One raider is all that is left here. Is that enough time to poke down that obsidian statue? That is the question. No, it is not. Holding steady at 297 hit points. Unholy Aura getting it back up there. Low hit point Grunt going to get taken down. Lich still shy of level 5. Level 3 Frost Nova is just around the corner as the Lich trying to, well, find a way to do something. Kodo Beast wants to get in a chomp on something, but hasn't been able to do that. Tauren Chieftain comes back out onto the battlefield. Stomp, a split second late. Lich able to dodge that as the Raider now trying to retreat. Raider down to 84 hit points. It will be able to escape back. One ghoul, not so lucky. The resurrection of the Tauren Chieftain and the proximity to the battle making a big difference here. Goblin Alchemist also back out here on the battlefield, but 120 does have this expo off to the top left. It's been mining for about 20 seconds at full saturation as the Alchemist now retreats back here. 120 must know that as long as the game goes long, he is going to be fine. Lin is going to be the one to have to dive on into this spot and make a play happen now, as, well, there's plenty of mining going here. No additional survivability items, no potion of invulnerability, can't quite reveal himself just yet. Death Knight, well, Lich gets up to level 5, and that may be the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. And now, level 3 Death Coil and level 3 Frost Nova should make short work of these 450 hit point Berserkers. Let's see what the play is going to be here. Going to go into an engagement. Death Coil, Frost Nova, one Raider already down. Obsidian Statue is still providing plenty of mana here. Healing Wave trying to finish things off. Tauren Chieftain not now at level 3. Level 2 Stomp would have been a big deal here. Perhaps trying to stomp down all of these units. And now we're going after some of these extra units here. There's that Stomp. Lich could be in trouble. Down to 18 hit points. He had a potion of lesser invulnerability, but the stun lasted long enough. Death Coil onto the Blade Master. Blade Master now trying to retreat back. Holding steady at 130 hit points. Death Knight now going to try and chase here. Blade Master, is he going to be able to get away? Down to 142 hit points. Death Knight still giving chase here. And will he find that Blade Master? 155 hit points. Where is that Blade Master hoping to go? Death Knight, Death Coil, and he is down. Meanwhile, off on the other side of the map here, we're looking at more units, but 120 comes away with the victory. A handful of hit points difference on a Blade Master, ultimately causing the final tap out there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.